All right.
Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning.
So it's welcome to Unity and also the Center for Spiritual Living in Las Cruces. And we're going to get started with a couple of songs. We have a wonderful special speaker and musician today. So yeah, we're going to have a great time. If you'd like to stand, you may. If not, that's cool. We're going to start out with some Shinin'.
I am a light, I am a light, I am a light in this world. I am a light, I am a light, I am a light in this world. And I shine, and I shine, and I shine so bright. And I shine, and I shine, and I shine so bright. You are a light, you are a light, you are a light in this world. You are a light, you are a light, you are a light in this world. And you shine, and you shine, and you shine so bright. And you shine, and you shine, and you shine so bright. We are a light, we are a light, we are a light in this world. We are a light, we are a light, we are a light in this world. And we shine, and we shine, and we shine so bright. And we shine, and we shine, and we shine, and we shine so bright. And we shine, and we shine, and we shine so bright. And we shine, and we shine, and we shine so bright.
Oh, okay, one more.
I see
joy, I see peace, I see goodness surrounding me. I see love in every breath I breathe. I see God in everything. I see happiness, I see freedom. I see the beauty that lives in me. I see perfection in what life brings. I see God in everything. I feel joy, I feel peace, I feel goodness surrounding me. I feel love in every breath I breathe. I feel God in everything. I feel happiness, I feel freedom. I feel the beauty that lives in me. I feel perfection in what life brings. I feel God in everything. I know joy, I know peace, I know goodness surrounding me. I know love in every breath I breathe. I know God in everything. I know happiness, I know freedom. I know the beauty that lives in me. I know perfection in what life brings. I know God in everything. I know God in everything.
Good morning, everyone. And welcome to Unity and the Center for Spiritual Living here in the heart of Las Cruces. We are so excited to have a joint service today, so welcome to all of you. I wanted to let you know that we are still collecting luggage for foster kids and coats for the free coat giveaway, so you can still bring those things to the center. And you can pick up a flyer for what's going on in both Unity and CSL at our information table in the social hall. We're not going to run through all the announcements, just pick that up, or go to our websites or to our Facebook pages and to our newsletters that come out weekly, and you'll see what's happening in both centers. And I want to thank everyone who helped with the yard sale yesterday. We had a lot of work go into it. And thank you to Janice, who spearheaded us. Thank you so much. We brought in over $2,000 to help with the upkeep of this place. We are so happy. And we had about half of the people that usually show up on Sunday, and that includes some Unity people that came and helped us do what we needed to do. So we're thankful to both communities. We are working together to keep ourselves going in the center and seeing the goals that we have for what happens in this building. And for both of us, next week we have to remember that we fall back an hour. So I am so sorry to the Unity folks that go back to their early service next week. You're going to be getting up a little bit earlier, so we fall back next week, don't forget. And we are all invited to stay today for a workshop that we will hear more about from our special guests. So please stick around after the service. Hopefully you brought something to eat with you, and you can stay for the workshop to follow. And now, please welcome our practitioner in service.
Good morning. My name is Deena Bailey. I'm delighted to be here. As most of you guys know, we believe in the power of prayer. We know that God is always working and that prayer requests are answered. May not be the way we told God it ought to be answered, but it's answered. So we have practitioners and ministers from all the New Thought communities. We have the Center, we have Unity, we have Wellspring, and we have Inspirational Ministries. And all those leaders meet together weekly. So we have a really powerful prayer group in this city, and we encourage you to put in a prayer request if something in your life is not working exactly as you think it should, but not if you tell God what it is that you need to happen. And if you don't put a prayer request in, they're in the back of the chairs, and they're on the Unity table. There is a button on the website that is checked. You can put your prayer request in that way. So we believe in the power of prayer, and we know you guys do too. And then, when you get the answer, we have gratitude cards in the backs of the chairs. And we love to get these. So please, when it shows up, please fill out a card and put it on the table back there, and we'll get it to the prayer group. Now it's time for song, silence, and prayer.
Joining in one family, we are
Spirit is everywhere present in this center, shining so brightly through each of you that are here this morning. This is a sacred place, a holy place where we come together to know the truth of who we are, that we are all one, that God in the midst of us is mighty, and that all is right with the world. We are so blessed. We are spirit in action, and it is good and very good, and so it is. Before I introduce our reader for today, I want to remind you that I'm available for a quick prayer at the end of service if you have something going on that you want handled this morning. So every Sunday that you're here, anyone that's wearing these stoles is available to be tapped on the shoulder and pulled aside. So our reader for today is David Addy. So please welcome David.
Thank you for the invitation. This is the daily word. It is Unity's teaching, but it really blends well with what we are learning here each Sunday. The particular daily word I'm reading today is imagine. The affirmation that goes with that daily word, imagine, I imagine everything I choose to be. Dressing up on Halloween can be a great adventure. Choosing a character, finding a costume, and transforming myself into a new identity, a superhero, a princess, cowboy, or even favorite animal, is all part of the fun. In the same way, my life is an adventure. I choose who I want to be and how I live in the world. I am so much more than my history, my choices, and the roles I play in life. Like a Halloween costume I can take off, I can also change how I show up in the world. Taking off limitation, self-doubt, and insecurity. I then claim my identity as a divine being, the living expression of God. This is my true identity, the enduring, changeless truth of who I really am. From Scripture, 1 Corinthians 2, verse 12. Now we have received not the spirit of the world, but the Spirit that is from God, so that we may understand the gifts bestowed on us by God. And so it is. Amen. Thank you.
All right, so I'm wearing two hats today. I'm now Reverend Helen. And we are going to uplift Reverend Helen into that healing light, knowing that she is expressing perfectly right now. I don't know if she's hearing us or not, but I'm sure she's feeling us. So I have the honor of introducing our special guest today. We came together as our two communities as one, which we already are as one, but we're meeting together today so that we can have this amazing person join us and honor us with her, not only her thoughts and her words, but her song. Deena Efferson has over 40 years of experience in mind, body, soul therapies and is highly skilled and equipped with the tools you need to get back on track to the life you were meant to live. Deena is as passionate about assisting others in healing and discovering their healthiest bodies, truest voices, and most attuned souls, while helping them discover their innate abilities to heal and create the lives that they live. And when you look at her, you're going to know she does this because she is going to be 65 on Tuesday. Happy birthday. It's hard to believe. So like I said, she sings as well, so we're welcoming her to the platform now to do our special music and then move right into her special message for us. So please help me welcome Deena Efferson.
Thank you. I have to add Williams to the end of that because he said it twice. My name is Deena Efferson-Williams, married. But the book I wrote, I was Deena Efferson. So thank you for this opportunity to stand before you. It's such a joyous pleasure and a gift to stand here knowing that I'm with my family. The beginning of this, for me, has been filled with a little bit of trepidation, but at the same time, all this excitement. I'm an exuberant person, so I'll try to contain myself just a wee bit because I know that it's not for everybody. But what I am and what I came here to give is the gift that has been given me. It is not my words that you will hear. They're the words that I'm allowing, the words that I will allow to flow through by not getting in the way of it with my, what are they thinking? What are they doing? What does that look me? So for me right now, I'm just in the pleasure of looking at all of you. So please excuse me while I take a moment to do. This is in honor of you, Bob. I am so grateful to every person who has stepped into this room, coming out of your home, to be here today with each other. Is that better? The you are is nothing without each other. There has never been anybody in the world created the way you are, but without that person next to you, beside you, behind you. You make them and they make you, because we are an interconnected web of loving light energy. And the who we are has been made manifest before we ever took a breath. And our opportunity is to shine it all up, shine it as brightly as we can, and let it be what it is. So I'm going to sing for you One Power. One Power represents the all of us. And since we have two groups who've come together to make this happen, and I'm so grateful for that because I started in unity. I started in unity. Just want to make sure you heard that, because without even knowing what I was doing. So if we can go ahead and play One Power. I will walk over there, I guess.
Ready? Here we go.
There's one power invisible, and you see it everywhere and every day. One power indescribable, and you speak of it with every word you say. Mysterious until you know the truth. As simple as the love inside of you. Call it God, call it Spirit, call it Jesus, call it Lord, call it Buddha, Baha'u'llah, heaven's wings or heaven's door. But whatever name you give it, it's all one power, can't you see? It's the power of the love in you and me. One power, one power. one power. We speak so many languages, have different clothing, different colors, different names. But different is only dangerous when we forget that in the heart we're all the same. Well, remember, once we close our eyes to see that such differences were never meant to be. No, call it God's Spirit, call it Jesus, call it Lord, call it Buddha, Baha'u'llah, Hashem, or Heaven's Door. It's Muhammad, it's your mind, it's your soul, or it's your sign. It's the universe, it's music, Mother Earth, or Father Time. But whatever name you give it, it's just one power, can't you see? Whatever name you give it, it's the very air we breathe. It's the power of the love in you and me. One power, one power, one power, one power. Oh, there's one power. Now it's the moment of creation. It's an everlasting peace. It's the freedom of forgiveness. It's the sweetness of release. It's the joy of inspiration. It's the sunshine on your face. It's the birthright of all nations. It's the boundlessness of space. It's the beauty of a baby, the serenity of sleep. It's the anger we abandon, for it's love that's most deep. It's one power. Oh, it's one power. What we are is one power. One power. It's the power of the love that lives forever in you and me. The power of the love in you and me. One power. There's only one thing going on. It's happening right here. You are it. We are it. And that is all there is.
One power, one power, one heart, one mind, one love, one power, one light. One spirit, one truth,
One life, one joy. My heart, your heart, my mind. One life, one live, one life there is.
Together, oh, we are one. We are
Thank you both.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your heart. My name again, Deena Efferson-Williams. I wrote a book. But really all I did was study the artist way. And I wrote every day as she instructs you to do. And then at the end of, I don't know, about a year's time, I had writings that thick. And I looked at that and went, this is a book. So something came up, as Spirit always does, and wiggled me right about there for my attention. And gave me the thought that you know that if you take this many pages off the back of that book, you'll have 2 books. So we did. This book is my devotion. It is literally sitting down in meditation and writing what came out. And at the time, my heart was crying open and pouring everything that had been locked up and closed up in there. It was pouring out. And I just wrote and wrote. So that's not all in here. This is basically the positive affirmation for the morning. What do I want to be? Who do I want to be? What do I want to do? Who do I want to be with? As I do it, I'm always with the right people. I'm always found in the right place at the right time, doing the right thing. I always know what needs to get done. And since this is true, when I step out my door and go out into the world, sometimes it gets a little different than I thought it would be in the morning. But this always snaps me back to my original intention and my original goal. Now, I'm flexible enough, we stay flexible, to go with the flow of where life in the moment is wanting us to go. Because it's not always what we think we're meant to do or be or have. It's what are we available to do, be, and have. So standing up and standing into that, I'm here because I'm available to do this. And I'm actually not nervous. So that's a big deal. It's a huge deal. So again, I want to say thank you to Reverend Bonnie and Reverend Helen for making this happen. It's grateful heart that stands before you, a very grateful heart. And if tears come, they might. Just don't look at that, but it's okay. So we're going to begin with just a little bit of rapport building. You get to know me a little bit, and if anyone has anything to say so that I can get to know you better, please feel free and welcome to speak out loud from your chair, and if we need a mic to you, that will happen. My husband and I have been together several years now. This is Frank, and Frank is amazing. Frank has been a great teacher for me in all of those things that relationships require you to grow through. And we're doing well, so well now that we went ahead and got married. And so now I'm a Williams, which was so not on my plans. But, but here we are, and we're doing great. Deena personally started out in this world, blessed into the world, I'll say. The experience of it, most people wouldn't call a blessing, but my mother and father were very young. They were teenagers, in fact. And we grew up in what is known as South Central LA. And during the time when the Watts Ryers were playing, I was literally right there, down the street, see the tanks going by. And as the tanks went by, there's a feeling that takes over a young mind of what is it, what does it mean, and am I safe was the primary thought. Am I safe? So the safety in the moment for a small person is found in the parents, right? The safety is found in those siblings who provide love, the grandparents, all the support. I didn't have all that. Our lives were kind of out in the street. And I'm talking 5 years old. We were out in the street. Learned a lot out in the street about life. And this was a lesson that I was supposed to learn because had I not had it, I don't think I would have had the strength and the power to stand up when things that happened out in the streets turned up in my life. So, off with that. We're now living in a foster home. They came in and they took the kids away from the parents. We're in foster care and we've been moved around a bit, the big institutional place, and now we're in a family home with a Baptist minister and his wife. I'm alone. I don't know where my sister and brothers are. But being there requires, being alone, requires you to move into this either breakdown place or breakthrough place. And for me, it's always been that. I'm the oldest of my siblings, so I took care of them all. But as the new person in the house, you kind of feel like you're the youngest one in the house. And so there was a lot of adjusting to go through. But Mr. and Mrs. Vaughn's mom and daddy were amazing people. Daddy, Baptist minister, taught us well. And there was also that teaching that children are to be seen and not heard going on in there, but he didn't really adhere to that. So Daddy created for me a beautiful presentation, I'm 10 years old now, where I went from church to church speaking on behalf of women. He went through the Bible and he pulled out all of the powerful stories of women. And he wrote it all up, typed it up. We had 3 to 4 pages where 10-year-old Deena would go and do the welcome address at conferences, Baptist conferences and churches for whatever they were doing, but it was all about these powerful women. And I only remember 3 lines, like Esther, the wife of, like Ruth, that's all I got. That's what I recall. But what I remember is the feeling it gave me to be able to say it, to be able to speak at 10 years old about that much power, and then to move through the years following 14 through 19 and not feel that power. Because now you're going through, I'm not sure who I am because I don't live with them anymore. I don't know who I am because I thought I was that, but I used to think I was that, and dancing's totally not allowed in this house, so now I really don't know who I am. Over here, the confusion of the teenage mind, it got its hold, but not enough to drive me away from the foundation that was laid down. So the foundation laid, which is where we are right now. We have been, and I'm not sure how long any of you have been in the practice, but I can bet you've been studying the work that we do, and I like to call it fun, for more than 20 years? More than that? 40 years, anybody? 60 years? Anyone? Okay. So you are the teachers in the house. So thank you to you for laying the groundwork and the foundations for me. Thank you for laying the groundwork and the foundations for the rest of us who are growing up in through it. Because without you bridge layers, pavers, walkers, we wouldn't. I'm one of them. I'm 65. I'm one of them. But I didn't get this education until about 15 years ago. It was all different for me. This is what makes sense to my soul. And so since I am, and I'm going to claim this here right now, I am a religious scientist. As a religious scientist, I experiment. And in the experimentation of my life, I have found that when the goal is set and the attention adhered to, and the direct movement of mind and action with sole purpose is driven forward, nothing can stop you. You don't need to hear it all, but I've been homeless multiple times, and I'm going to tell you exactly how many, 3. I've been homeless, but each of them a learning opportunity. The first one, married. He decided no longer he wanted to be married. That's okay. We can go on, life does. So, what happens? Well, everything that we had built together, I now had to sustain on my own. And I hadn't built my life to sustain that much property and businesses on my own. So that all just went away. And as it went away, so did the house. The kids now split from me with him half of the time with him, and split from him with me half of the time. Wasn't always working because the ability to finance life was not there. Now, this is on the awe and wonder of finance, okay? I'm getting there. To finance life, what I did do was sit down, and it was just because something made me do it. I sat still, and in the sitting still, information began to flow in. Ideas began to come, and I packed up my house and left Palmdale, stayed with some friends in Santa Clarita, where on the radio I heard about Caltrans hiring. I didn't really have a job. My store was closed, so I rushed down there and stood in the 2-mile line, became an employee at Caltrans, driving big trucks. This is my thing, I love it. So one day, I'm on the 10 freeway, and I hear the ad asking, do people come to you for advice? Are you always this? Are you? Yes, 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 yes. Now I'm a hypnotherapist, just like that. Hypnotherapy became the outlet. So we start with Caltrans. Caltrans put me there. But now I'm in this place where I can actually help the mind. I can just not give you advice. I can actually help you. So we move through that, and we move through that, and we move through this other thing. And now we've built up life. I'm doing body work, massaging bodies all day long. Biggest, fastest growing office in Hollywood. Goes away. Why are these things going away? Going away. With it also went my home. This is twice. Another great build-up of success, opportunity, prosperity, builds up, goes away. 3 times in a row. Now you have to stop and take a look what's going on. It's not my life circumstances. It's clearly me. I'm the only thing that was consistent about that. So what am I thinking? What am I doing? And I realized that you had totally put God over here, and I can make it happen, took its place. God started it all. You remember, you sat down, you had that. God starts it, but then we move into, I got this. I can do it. I can do it. I'm making. Inspired action is inspired action. It's different than what I was doing. What I was doing was hustling. There is no need to hustle. We are not hustlers. We are God-driven. So the thing we want to do as we explore who we are and where we're going, no matter how old we are in the moment, that has nothing to do with anything. The truth is, the life I am been given to live has been given to me to live it. The life I have been given to live has been given to me by life to live it. I intend to live it, and I intend to live it well. I've never, ever stated that as firmly and as positively as I just did with my family present. Thank you. Our new opportunity exists every morning when we wake up. So what do you do? The majority of us, I'm sure, are doing the same thing. We get up, we meditate, we read. We probably do some body movement. We set an intention for the day, and we get out there and we start doing it, or we stay home and we do it. We can do that now. Lots of us get to do that now. And some of us are fully retired and enjoying the freedom of that. And what are we doing with that time? Enjoying it. So, Frank and I have gone through these ups and downs together. It's not always been fun, but it's definitely been a learning adventure. One of the big ones, I came home from work and found my husband on the ground, and my husband was on the ground at the porch because, as I found out when I walked out to find him there was a big sign on the door which said, eviction. You have 30 days to move. We'd been living there for 6 years. We'd been taking care of the house and building the house in expectation of, because the owner had told us, of buying the house. And now that's not happening the way we thought it would happen. So we went to work on doing what we needed to do to get our new place. And my intention was, we're moving right out of here into the packing truck, into the driveway of our new house. Our new house. And that's exactly what we did. That was in 60 days. It only takes a what-if moment that it's easy and simple, and I can do it. And I'm not doing it by myself to make things happen. My youngest daughter, at the time, was about 9 years old when she said to me, Mom, when are we going to get a house? Now, I'm not her, and I'm not feeling the same pain she was, but it's kind of welled up in me just now, the pain I felt when she spoke those words to me. When she spoke those words to me, I was homeless. When she spoke those words to me, I had to do something. And what did I do? Oh, I did nothing. Spirit led me to a woman who was singing in a bar by Sony late night. My second husband took me out, our anniversary. And this girl was standing there singing, and no one was paying attention to her. They didn't give her their attention. So I did. and I gave her the power of my heart as she sang. And she sang songs that were beautiful with a lovely voice. She became my friend, and she's still my friend today. But through her, I found Catherine Ponder. And finding Catherine Ponder, our daily ritual became, we sat on the porch, she went and got coffee, then we came back to the porch, and we read, and we read, and we read. And then I began tithing. My 10% was going. It wasn't a whole lot, but my 10% was going. And it was going to Catherine Ponder Worldwide. That's where it was going. So, Unity Worldwide. After having the opportunity to see the power of tithing, because within 2 weeks, I didn't have a home before, but within 2 weeks, I now had a motorhome, which meant I had a home and transportation, which also meant I can now drive back to Palmdale to see my children, because I had to move to LA for the job. So now I live in an RV in front of my ex-husband's house, which his wife did not appreciate at all. And I'm continuing to do everything that Catherine had taught me. Money, money, money. It's coming to me now. We're going to work on these affirmations later today. But I loved that experience because I grew through it. There wasn't any poor me or woe is me. It was, okay, God. Yes, God. Holy Spirit, please show me. How can I get there? I will follow you. Because that leads you to where you need to go. The hustle doesn't. The hustle wears you down, it breaks you down. It makes you ill, it makes you sick. It causes the body to fall weak. It causes the mind to go frail. It is not your responsibility to get it done. It is your responsibility to stand present, ready, available, hands open, mind wide. Because perspective needs to increase when you're being led through life. You can't just narrow your focus down. You must open your mind as wide as possible, because when I'm walking down the street and that man over there looks at me, am I to assume that he's looking at me because he wants me? No. I'm to assume that God has turned me on to somebody. I need to walk over there and have a conversation. Let's do that. And that's what we do. We step out of our normal, regular way of being so that the awe and wonder of life can inspire us. So we're going to talk about finances really quickly because I think it's time for me to go. Okay. Not yet. There's one of my teachers, Mary Morrissey. She says, do that in your choosing of life which makes you joy, brings you joy, that which you love, those things that you love. And so I'm driving around in my car as part of my ritual morning, offering gratitude to the day when I found myself starting to move into complaint of the day. Oh, why did they do that? And why does it look like that? And wouldn't it be better if they had done that? And when I caught myself, and the trees caught me and reminded me that the bounty of love is all around us. The bounty of life is forever giving. Why are you looking at those things that don't make you happy? The pleasing of myself, from myself, can be found in a single second. And it doesn't even take a second. It's a moment. Just look around. Ah, beauty to behold. Wonder to enjoy. It's beautiful, and that's us, all of us, and everything else as well, no matter what it might have looked like to us before or felt like before. Today, life is always giving good, and life is always preparing the good, and life is always working out whatever your situation is for the good. Can I share? My husband, I almost said mi esposo, my husband was just laid off from his job. And of course, for him, it's a big deal. He's been with them like 15 years, and concern, worry, the provider, that mind went to work. Not the mind that the provider has your back. The provider has already opened up a door for you. And if you don't like that door that the provider opened up, and it will, because it's based on what you've been thinking, it's based on what you've been dreaming, it's based on the attention you've been giving life, the provider has already made a new opening for you. The provider has opened up windows, doors, people and places and things. Everything is already right here, set an arm's length away. Just reach the hand out. Be clear about what you want, and then take it. Sounds pretty simple. It is until we get in the way. So I invite you to just remember the truth about who you are. I haven't used anything I planned to do today. Remember the truth of who you are. And the truth of who you are is pure beauty, radiant light. And when you grow tired from what the day has been giving you because it feels like it wasn't what you wanted, just sit back and think back, and you'll find all sorts of things you might have missed that you actually noticed. And you can go back over that new list and create from there something new. I am love. I've experienced love today. I am joy. I experienced joy today. I brought joy to someone else today. Let's do that. We give joy everywhere we go. We give love everywhere we go. Then you can turn to those beautiful trees out there on the street and go, thank you. Because that's part of my ritual drive, is the blessing of the tree, because the tree is blessing me. In my mind, I know that paper is not made out of trees, and I know that the tree paper is not the same as the money paper. I know. However, money grows on trees. Those are my checking accounts. Those are my savings accounts, and I go by every day and count them. 60,000, 90,000, 120,000, depending on how many leaves on the bushes. It works for me. It keeps my vibration lifted, and I'm just in appreciation of that which God has already given. So thank you so much for listening. I'm grateful that I had this opportunity to share with you and get to know you better and get to know you for the first time, even though we've known each other all our lives, the lives before, and this one too. We've been connected since way before we met, and I felt you before I arrived, and thank you for welcoming me, for welcoming us, and that's it. I guess we'll go right into our prayer, if you would. You can just take a deep breath in with me. And let's do 2 or 3 as we come into this alignment. This peace, this moment. There's only one of us here. We are the awe. We are that wonder. We are the glory. There's only one of us here. And we've been together for our whole existence. Being that we are the one life, we allow it to give all of itself to us so that we can be the open, willing channel for it to flow through. And being in the knowing that what it does to us, what it does for us, it can only do through us. We open even wider with every breath, knowing that the breath is fueled by this power, knowing that the heart and the breath meet in the same space. We place our hands over our heart and allow love to just be. We feel this love in every moment, even when we are not happy. We know that love rests within us, and that happiness is just a breath away. Peace, a breath away. Joy is a breath away. Feel the heartbeat. Take a deep breath of your own life and share it, give it, love it, own it. You are it. There's nothing more valuable than who you are. This life would not be without you. It might be different, but it would definitely not be without you. And with this blessing of recognition for all that we are, I just stand here grateful, shaking in the gratitude of love, knowing that who I am and who you are has always been the same. We are God's loving presence on this planet. We are God's loving gift to this planet. And we are God's loving gift to each other. And we are that, and we do it well. And so it is. I have another song for you. I lost the right to sing the blues. I really did. As you heard my story, there's been some things you could sing some blues about, and I didn't tell you much. But I lost the right to sing the blues as soon as I came into recognition, understanding, and belief. Belief. that God has my back all the time. The Holy Spirit is walking me through every moment, and I live in it. Karen Drucker. I woke up this morning, something wasn't right. My poor head was a-throbbing 'cause I tossed and turned all night. This unfamiliar feeling, it shook me up inside. The truth, it was revealing that a part of me had died. So I called my higher self and she gave me the bad news. She said, your life is just too good. You've lost the right to sing the blues. That broken down old Chevy was eating me alive. So I visualized the Lexus and now it's sitting in my drive. And that man of mine, that scoundrel, that rotten low-down bum, I transformed him into a love guy with a sizable trust fund. And everywhere I look, I was confronted with the clues that my life was just too good. I lost the right to sing the blues. You can sing the blues when you can't pay your rent. And you can sing the blues when all your money's done been spent. I get no excuse, got no excuse when I'm driving in my Porsche on the way to Mama Sue's. So you won't find me wailing late at night in some smoky bar. And you won't see me crying, smoking to my old guitar. 'Cause I'm too busy cleaning my chakras and chasing bad karma away and brushing off my shucks. Well, that could just take all day. Now that I'm enlightened, I gotta spread the news. When life gets this too good, you've lost the right to sing the blues. And I was fluffing up my arm, by the way. Yeah, 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 yeah. Life is good, and we know it. In this room, we all know it. Let life take you by your hand. It's leading you to promised land. Oh, 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 you can sing the blues if your best friend puts you down. And you can sing the blues if your man has done left town. But what gives me the right to sing that mournful tune when I'm steaming in my sauna on my way to Cancun? So now you've heard my story and you understand the pain of searching and not finding any reason to complain. 'Cause my stars are in alignment and my house is all feng shuied. I'm filled with peace and harmony and my bills have all been paid. I've let go of the struggle and you know I paid my dues. When life gets this darn good, you've lost the right to sing the blues. What can I say? Lost the right. Thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you.
All right, isn't that great? All right, thank you. Thank you so much. I think we've all lost the right to sing the blues, and we will know more about that if you stick around for the workshop, because she's going to turn us all on to that light and love that's within us that she's just been singing about. Yes? Yes, okay. So I hope you all choose to stay. And she talked about tithing, and this is the opportunity that we have to give back to the center and to Unity Center, both centers. The way that we do this when we have a joint service is that you can designate on the envelope which center your tithe is going to, or we will split whatever doesn't have a designation on it between the two centers. And the CSL does not pass anything around, so I don't know if Unity wants to, or if you want to just put everything in those two gold things and you guys will go together and split it up at the end. You good with that? since we don't have, okay. So that's what we'll do. We just drop it in the plates on your way out the door, but we're hoping you don't leave through that one. We hope you go in there, stick around, eat, and come back in for the workshop. In fact, Deena was going to wait and see how inspired we were, whether we come back in here or whether we just sit around tables. So we're waiting for that inspiration, and we'll know eventually. So whatever it is that you see fit to give to either center, it is all good. It all supports what's happening in this amazing building that we get to call our home. And so let's know that 10% of all that comes into Unity is being tithed to the southern region of Unity. Yes, southwest region of Unity. And all that comes into the Center for Spiritual Living is being tithed to Mesilla Valley Hospice this month. So 10% of whatever comes into either center is going to a good cause. So let's say together our blessing. Divine love as me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. And I am grateful. And we will sing another Karen Drecker, I Am So Blessed.
I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed.
So we just bless all that comes into both Unity and to CSL today, and we are grateful. And now I'm a third person, Kay Brilliant, and we will say our Unity prayer for protection together in just a second when we see it. And hi, Unity folks who are online and CSL as well. There we go. Okay, we'll say this together. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is. And I love that, and that's something I used to keep on my dash. So remember that when you're driving and for you all traveling. Yes, the love of God surrounds us. And so now we will close this portion of the morning with our peace song. You're welcome to stand if you would like, and we will sing the usual, the words will be, which ones? Right there we go. Thank you.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it
the social hall and then stick around for the workshop.